Jaws was the first horror movie I ever seen. I watched it as a mere child. It was also the first summer blockbuster, the first film by a famous director, who I'm frankly sick of hearing about, and everybody has heard of it and most have seen it. Of course, very few know it was based on a rather mediocre book, and it was also a movie my parents saw when they were dating. So perhaps this movie is partially responsible for my existence. I'll try not to hold that against it. There are 5 reasons why this film is so iconic, and here they are, according to me. Let's get with it. Number 1, the characters. Roy Schneider is great as Sheriff Brody, a no-nonsense guy who will do anything to save his new home, not just from a killer shark, but also from a self-serving mayor who would rather put people's lives in danger than ruin his chances at staying in political power, or losing money on a big holiday, in this case, the 4th of July. I like Richard Dreyfuss as an actor, but I never really liked his character here. Too much of a rude, know-it-all kind of guy. But obviously the best character is Quint, the Ahab shark hunter. He's eccentric and rude, but somehow he's really likable. And his tale about the soldiers who got eaten by sharks in a World War I shipwreck is a classic scene, especially when you consider that he ad-libbed it. Number 2, Bruce. Yeah, the lovably named mechanical shark is a blast here. He is about 2 times bigger than an actual great white shark of normal size, and he's kept in the shadows until the end, so you don't get sick of him. This wasn't done purposely. In fact, he was meant to be used a lot, but Bruce turned out to be really unreliable, and he kept malfunctioning all the time. So Spielberg used music and camera angles to show he was there. It worked like a charm, and Bruce looks cool and does a great job the few times he actually shows up. Number 3, the music. Duh. Only Halloween score rivals this classic music for most famous horror film score. John Williams is a genius. It's a really hard choice to choose his most iconic score, this or the Star Wars theme. Number 4, the realism. Well, actually that's a bit misleading. You see, sharks don't actually attack that way, with the fins slowly chasing their prey before attacking. They actually hide under their prey, before shooting upward like a torpedo and attacking their prey with savage force. Think about this. It's not possible for a dead child killer to come back as a dream demon, or for anyone to take the abuse Jason and Michael do and keep coming, or for dolls to come back to life and start killing people. But sharks can and do eat people every year, though it's far from a common occurrence. Actually, shark experts theorize that humans actually taste bad to sharks, who usually take a bite because they mistake us for their favorite food, which is seals, and then drop us after one bite usually. The film was loosely based on a true story of shark attacks that happened in New Jersey in 1916. But finally, the best reason is because it completely rejects its source material. How many times have you heard, well, the movie's good, or the movie sucks, but the book was better? Well, in this case, that's not true at all. Actually, the book it was based on was rather dull. You see, Sheriff Brody's wife is a cool, classy gal in the movie, but in the book, she's a tramp with a midlife crisis who has an affair with the Richard Dreyfuss character to prove she's still got it. This subplot goes on and on and on. And the great explosive ending of the film is a boring anticlimactic scene in the book. Spielberg has been open that he thought the book sucked and wanted to avoid all the soap opera BS. As much as I despise Spielberg in certain ways, there's no doubt that he gives the people what they want, and he wisely avoided all the melodrama. Is the original film overrated? Yeah, a bit, but it's still an excellent film, and it's probably the best horror film with an animal as the killer. But the rest of the series, well, not so much. They wanted a sequel after the original was a huge hit, but Spielberg was sick of all the technical difficulties and didn't want to go through it again, so he didn't come back. Sadly, he took his mojo with him. Jaws 2 is definitely the best sequel, but that just shows you how bad the series is, because frankly, it's a bore. The shark looks cool, and the music once again done by John Williams is great as usual, but all the magic is gone. Jaws 3 is awful, but it's at least entertaining in its awfulness. Now, Jaws is stuck in an aquarium in a fake SeaWorld, and he does battle with dolphins. Jaws the Revenge is often considered one of the worst horror films ever made. Not only does the shark look fake, but now it somehow holds a grudge against the Brody family, which is obviously scientifically impossible. Obviously, the original is the best, and it's not even close.